On behalf of myself, Craig, and the girls, Lauren and Courtney, I would thank you all for coming in support of Kim and the celebration of her big milestone. We are so moved tonight by the attendance. It gives such a strong showing of the loving person she is and the respect she holds in so many lives. According to ThinkExist.com, the best years of a woman's life is the 10 years between the ages of 39 and 40. Well, tonight we want to honor such a woman, my sister and your friend, Kim. 1971 was a year of war, inflation, and excitement. The #1 song that year in September was Go Away Little Girl by Donny Osmond. The famous $2 million Vermeer painting was stolen, and the average household income was $10,600. That same year, the NASDAQ and Disney World, Florida made their debut, and a little almost bald-headed girl in central Mississippi made her debut to the Powell family. This little girl soon gave me a run for my money, though I vaguely, if at all, remember the time I had picked her up off of the couch and I heard Mama yell, "Jennifer, put her down!" Well, with a frantic fright, I did what any responsible 2-year-old would do. I dropped her. And I soon never forgot that. I was reminded many times of the near-death experience for her as well as the damage that I caused. But what was I to do? I had to let this newcomer know who had the upper hand. But with time clicking on and this little girl growing in stature, she should soon let me know who had the upper hand, because not only in stature did she grow, but fingernails. She had bigger fingernails than any cat I've ever seen. We would get in an argument, I would get the claw, and she would run behind my mother's legs for safety and covering. Well, soon she taught me that she had the upper hand, because I was powerless. What was I to do? If I told Mom what was up, she would remind her of just how much and how hard I had beat her head against the wall. Well, that rivalry seemed like a lifetime and seemed like it would never end. But it did come to an end. I often look back now and think, where did time go? Time has just flown by. Well, we both grew up and left home. I went one way, Kim went the opposite way to start the next stage of our lives. But you know, those years of civil rivalry became a great friendship. We in time had children of our own. I had 3 boys, Kim had 2 girls. And you know, we feel like that we share them at times. I feel like those girls are partly mine, and I know she feels the same about the boys. I guess we decided together and mutually that it doesn't take a village to raise these kids, but it does take a mom and an aunt, because we are too often reminded of just how much alike and just what a handful this crew is, right, Courtney and Alex? Well, I guess I could get 100% amen audience participation today. Nobody makes cakes like the cake master herself. Our family has grown to love and respect the art of Cakes by Kim. Other than some of you, I think Sean is her #1 fan. I know when Kim's in the kitchen and he knows that she's got icing in there, he frantically will search through the refrigerator to see if there's any leftovers. And I think Kim's kind of picked up on that, because now she gets a bowl of icing, makes it extra, labels it Sean. But nevertheless, I know that some of you also have come to her for those over-the-top special occasion cakes, and you feel just like we do. But besides the cakes that she makes, Kim has a big heart. As many of you know, she will do anything for anybody at any time, if at all possible. I know if I had time, I could take this microphone and go around, and every one of you would have one of those bigger than life stories to tell about her and her big heart, but we don't tonight. And I know Kimberly loves not only my kids, but she has a heart for her entire family. She would do anything that we ask, right down to the haircuts. Right, guys? Well, I guess I can speak for all of the boys and say thanks, Aunt Kim, for all of those haircuts that we fussed and pouted about. And might I say, they were really cheap, too. Those boys would give her fits. Not because the haircuts were so bad, but they just wouldn't want them in general. They would just pout, they would talk to her and make fun of them. Kim would just look at them, not really knowing how to take them, and start cutting up like Sweeney Todd anyway, with a big smile. Well, I want to thank each of you for so graciously allowing me to take you down memory lane tonight, as well as to share a few present day thoughts from a great sister, mom, wife, aunt, sister-in-law, daughter-in-law, and friend. According to Helen Rowland, from a quote that she made, life begins at 40, but so do fallen arches, rheumatism, faulty eyesight, and the tendency to tell the same story to the same people 3 or 4 times. So, Kim, if you're feeling any of these symptoms, know that we're here for you as you have been for us. We love you and want you to know that a piece of the puzzle in each of our lives fits because you were and are still a part of it. We love you and happy 40th.